ورحمة الله وبركاته. Welcome, dear students of Banias Club for Sport and Culture, and we greet you and we hope you are enjoying your life and enjoying your times and using your days in a good way. Today we are going to start our third lesson of English language for grade 9 general. The lesson we are going to read about today is Unit 1, International Explorers, Lesson 3, the use of infinitives and gerunds. Lesson objectives: the students will be able to, number 1, distinguish between infinitives and gerunds. Objective number 2, match halves or halves of sentences to make meaningful sentences. So we have different sentences that are split into two halves, and you have to match the halves that are meaningful. Let's go to the first objective and try to answer the questions. Do you know what is an infinitive? Of course, before we start discussing the meaning of infinitive, I'd like to give you some sentences and tell you what is an infinitive in a sentence. And in general, infinitive is 2 plus the base verb. An infinitive is 2 plus the base verb. Now we have present, past, and past participle. So the base verb is the present tense without any addition. Example of an infinitive verb: she didn't go anywhere this year. She decided to stay at home. So where's the infinitive here? Very good. The infinitive is made up of 2 plus the base form of the verb stay. So here, to stay is an infinitive. What about the second example? My brother wanted to buy a new camera. So he wanted to buy a new camera. So the infinitive is to buy, and both of them indicates the purpose of a verb. For example, here, she decided to stay. So there is a purpose of decision. Her decision is to stay at home, or the reason, or the cause. And she wanted, or he wanted to buy a new camera. So in these two examples, we have two infinitives, to stay and to buy. We can do a lot of examples, or we can have a lot of examples of infinitive. Example: my father wanted to clean his car. So after the verb wanted, we take the infinitive to clean his car. Okay, and my brother wanted to repair his broken computer or his broken smartphone. So wanted to repair. So to repair is an infinitive. What about the gerund? Do you know what is a gerund? Now we have the infinitive is to plus the base form of the verb. What is a gerund? A gerund, sorry, here we made an infinitive, it should be a gerund. A gerund is base form plus ing. The base form plus ing. Now, example 1, she likes traveling in the summer vacation. Where is the gerund? As I told you, it is a verb plus ing. So the gerund is traveling. As you see here, traveling is the object of the verb likes. She, subject, likes, verb, and traveling is the object. So we don't say to travel, we say she likes traveling. This is the gerund. What about example number 2? Where is the gerund? He loves learning about new cultures and traditions. Where is the gerund? Very good. The gerund is the verb learning because it's made up of base form of the verb plus ing. So this is the gerund. And as you see, it is the object of the verb. Okay. Now, let's go to a new exercise to practice more about infinitives and gerunds. Here we have in your book the title Japanese Journey. Complete the word clouds with words from the books. You have some time to read these words and try to tell me, are they verbs, are they nouns, or are they adjectives? A verb is an action word like suggest, read, write, swim, run. A noun is an object like book or table, or maybe an idea like tradition or culture or nature or school or maybe freedom or happiness. An adjective is you use it to describe another word, like for example, wonderful or lazy or hardworking or clever. All these are adjectives. Now, what about these words? Let's read them together and try to classify them. Are they verbs or nouns or adjectives? Climb up. Some tourists like to climb up the mountains. So climb up is what? My brother climbed up a tree. Is it an action verb? Is it a verb, a noun, or an adjective? Very good. It is a verb. Stunning. You can say the view of the mountain is stunning. Or Mount Fuji is a stunning mountain in Japan. Very good. So you use it to describe another word. So this is an adjective. Wonderful. Wonderful also is the same as stunning. So it is an adjective. Nature. The word nature. Some people don't like to stay in the city. They like to stay in the nature. Nature is a green, a surrounding, trees, forests, mountains. So this is the nature. Very good. It's a noun. Suggest. Suggest. My teacher suggests that we can come to school earlier to start the exam. So suggest is a verb. Vending machine. It's a machine that you use to get a snack or some drinks or some maybe a bottle of water. So it is a noun. Culture. Culture. Culture is an idea. It's not an adjective. It's not a verb. So it is a noun. Relaxing. Something that causes you to feel relaxed. For example, the views from the top of the mountain are relaxing. Means you feel comfortable when you practice or when you look at these views. So relaxing is an adjective. Tradition. Tradition are the habits of our people from long time ago. So it's the same as culture. So it's a noun. Fascinating. My father bought me a fascinating car or a fascinating cell phone. So fascinating is used to describe other words. So it's an adjective. Recommend. Recommend means the same as advice. My mother recommended me that I should sleep earlier. So recommend is a verb. Let's try to write some of these words here. For example, climb up. Climb up is a verb. Let's try to write it here. Climb up. What about the word stunning? Number 2. Stunning, as you see, the view of the Mount Fuji was stunning. So it is an adjective. Let's try to classify it as an adjective and write it here. S T U double N and I-N-G. Thank you. What about the words wonderful? It's an adjective. And nature is a noun. Let's try to write it here. Nature is made up something that is related to the green. Green life around us. Trees, mountains, forests, rivers, all these are related to the nature. The beautiful land around us, like the countryside. So it's a noun. Thank you. So nature is a noun. What about the second part of these exercises? Exercise number 2. Complete the sentences with one of the words above. I don't like cities much. Number 1, I don't like cities much. I prefer being in, with mountains and forests. Being where? What do you think? I prefer being in. So we need a noun. Very good. I prefer being in nature. Let's choose the scalar and write here the word nature. N-A-T U and R. With mountains and forests. What about number 2? Have you got any change? I need to get a bottle of water from that. I need to get a bottle of water from that. So where do you think people can get a bottle of water from? Very good. From the vending machine. So you can write here, vending machine is number 2. What about number 3? The views from the top of the mountain are. So here we need an adjective. The views means the scenery from the top of the mountains are. So we need here an adjective. Very good. Are stunning. Number 4. The museum is. It is very interesting. The museum, which is a place for holding old things, like the Museum of Al-Ain. You can see old tools, old arms, old pictures in the museum. It is very interesting. So we need here an adjective to describe the museum. Very good. It is wonderful. Or we can say it is fascinating. Both are correct. Let's move to the second or to the third third exercise. Complete the sentences with a verb in the ing form. So remember, a verb in the ing is an infinitive or a gerund. Very good. It is a gerund. Number 1. I really enjoy visiting museums. I really enjoy visiting museums. So visiting is a gerund. Number 2. We don't like by plane. We don't like by plane. So what do you think is the correct word or the correct verb? Doing, reading, eating, or traveling? Very good. It's traveling. So we don't like traveling by train. So we can write here the word traveling. We make sure that our writing is clear and readable, and to write it on the line when we are doing the exercise in our book, but sometimes it's hard to make it on the line with this big handwriting. Traveling. Very good. Let's go to number 3. Number 3. He prefers at home than going to restaurants. So something you do at the restaurants. He prefers means he likes at home than going to restaurants. He prefers doing, reading, eating. So what do you think? Very good. He prefers eating. Let's try to write here eating. Should be verb plus ing. Verb plus ing. Thank you. What about number 4? I love about different countries. I love about different countries. Very good. I love reading. I love reading about different countries. What about number 5? Have you finished space for homework? Have you finished your homework? So here there is one word that comes with this sentence, which is doing. Have you finished doing your homework? Excellent. What about exercise number 4? Complete the sentence with to plus the verb. Last year, I decided to visit London for holiday. So to visit is an infinitive. I decided to visit London for a holiday. Number 2, I would really like a new language. What do you do with a new language? Maybe to learn, maybe to speak. So we can say here, I would really like to learn a new language. So the answer should be to plus the verb in its base form, learn, R and N. Of course, your handwriting should be on the line. What about number 3? I need space to a bank. I don't have any money. I need space to a bank. So what do you need? What do you do with the bank? I need to eat to a bank. I need to travel to a bank. Or I need to go to a bank. Someone who doesn't have any money. So you say, I need to go to a bank. Very good. So you can say here, to go to a bank. As you see here, the verb to go is an infinitive, comes after the word need. I need to go. Number 4, we are planning a holiday next month. So which verb is used here? We are planning what? Maybe we are planning to have a holiday, or we are planning to start a holiday next month. So both of them are infinitives and they can go with this sentence. Number 5, are you thirsty? What do you want? Are you thirsty? What do you want? So if someone is thirsty, you tell him what? What do you want to drink? So we write here to, and we write the verb drink. As you see here, we have to write on the line, and we have to write to make our handwriting nice and beautiful and readable for the teacher. Now, this was the last exercise and the last example for today. I hope you understood what do we mean by infinitives, to plus verb. Example, I decided to visit London. Or gerund, for example, I really enjoy visiting museums. And also the halves of sentences, which should be followed by, or should be completed by the infinitive or the verb or the gerund verb. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you understood what we have presented to you. See you next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.